The 1976 assassination of General Murtala Mohammed, a story of power, betrayal, and tragedy. Stay connected as we uncover riveting stories from Nigeria's history. You don't want to miss this. It was a crisp, calm Friday morning on February 13, 1976, in Lagos, Nigeria's capital at the time. The air seemed ordinary, workers bustled to their offices, and markets hummed with activity. But unknown to most, a meticulously planned act of betrayal was about to shatter the nation's peace, sending shockwaves across Africa and the world. General Murtala Mohammed, Nigeria's charismatic head of state, had risen to power less than 7 months earlier in a bloodless coup that ousted General Yakubu Gowon. In his short tenure, Murtala was already a beloved figure, celebrated for his decisive leadership, anti-corruption drive, and Pan-African vision. His bold policies earned him widespread admiration, but they also sowed resentment among powerful factions who felt threatened by his reforms. As the general's black Mercedes-Benz made its way through Lagos traffic that morning, it carried no military escorts, an unusual and risky move for a leader of his stature. This was not due to negligence. Murtala had a reputation for modesty and saw such displays of power as unnecessary. In the car with him were Lieutenant Akintunde Akinsahinwa, his aide-de-camp, and his driver. They were heading to the Dodan Barracks, the military headquarters, and the seat of the Nigerian government. But they would never make it. The ambush. At about 8:30 a.m., as the car approached the traffic lights on Ikoyi's George Street, a convoy of soldiers in a Land Rover emerged from seemingly nowhere. Without warning, the soldiers, led by Lieutenant Colonel Buka Suka Dimka, opened fire on the vehicle with automatic rifles. Bullets riddled the car, and the occupants had no chance to react. Within moments, Murtala Mohammed was fatally struck. His aide-de-camp and driver were also killed in the hail of gunfire. The assassination was swift, brutal, and devastatingly effective. Stay with us as we dive deeper into the conspiracy, the aftermath, and the legacy of this shocking event. The plot to assassinate Murtala Mohammed was orchestrated by Lieutenant Colonel Buka Suka Dimka, a disgruntled officer with a history of discontent. Dimka and his co-conspirators claimed to be acting out of opposition to Murtala's policies, which they considered too radical and destabilizing. However, deeper motivations likely included personal grievances, power struggles, and the influence of other political players seeking to exploit Nigeria's fragile post-Civil War unity. Dimka broadcast a coup announcement shortly after the assassination, declaring the overthrow of the government. However, his broadcast was met with confusion and disbelief by many Nigerians who had grown to admire Murtala's leadership. Would Dimka succeed in his coup attempt? Could the nation survive such a shocking loss? The country teetered on the brink of chaos as Murtala's death became public knowledge. But within hours, loyalist troops led by Lieutenant Gen. Olusegun Obasanjo and Brigadier Theophilus Danjuma crushed the coup. The conspirators were rounded up, tried, and executed for treason. What do you think Nigeria would have been like if Murtala Mohammed had lived longer? Share your thoughts below. Dimka broadcast a coup announcement shortly after the assassination, declaring the overthrow of the government. However, his broadcast was met with confusion and disbelief by many Nigerians who had grown to admire Murtala's leadership. Would Dimka succeed in his coup attempt? Could the nation survive such a shocking loss? The country teetered on the brink of chaos as Murtala's death became public knowledge. But within hours, loyalist troops led by Lieutenant Gen. Olusegun Obasanjo and Brigadier Theophilus Danjuma crushed the coup. The conspirators were rounded up, tried, and executed for treason. What do you think Nigeria would have been like if Murtala Mohammed had lived longer? Share your thoughts below.